We got a fun one today with my wrestler, Caleb. I put it in 0.5 speed because there's a lot of scrambles. He starts off by shooting a high crotch. I always block the double from happening. He then elevates and I end up getting into a scramble position. I go to the crotch lock. From here, I'm always looking to get my opposite leg free. Control their ankle, get my leg free. Control their leg, get my leg free. Caleb does a good job pivoting into me, so I elevate his leg in the air to knock him to his hip. This is where I'll look for cradles. Near side cradle is the #1 pin in wrestling. I highly recommend you guys working on it, especially in these defensive positions. He keeps my far toe and sits into me, so I end up throwing a leg in. Normally I go to crossface here, but when I went to crossface, he dipped his head down. Now I go far toe, and I bump him back to his butt where he has no post. Here, we both are looking to control the ankles. I'm just finding some balance. Normally I'll turn up and sprawl into him, but he ended up going to his base. Here I walk backwards. Again, this is at 0.5 speed, so it might look a little slower, obviously. But he controls my leg and starts elevating it in the air. Again, do not let him get a double, right? Get that hand out of here. As he stands up, I look to go for a switch, but he pushes on my shoulder and drives me out of bounds. We keep the wrestling going in Iron Faith. Don't matter if we go out of bounds. He picks my leg up on his shoulder. This is one of the most difficult positions to get out of. That's why it's so important to be flexible. Whenever I'm in a position where I feel like I can't progress like this, I stay patient. I keep my balance. I block the club from happening. And I'm really waiting for Caleb to make a mistake. I'm waiting for the offensive wrestler to get greedy and jump for a takedown. That's when I'll know it's an opportunity for me to get out. I turn down, he tries to jump on top, I kick away a little bit, turn in, and look for the ankles here. From here, again, I always look to control their ankle, and normally I'll look to get my leg free. I go over to the opposite side and look to set up a cradle where I pull his foot out, but Caleb does a nice job of starting to come out the back door, getting height on me. As he does that, I fall to my opposite hip. I'm gonna use my free foot to push into his arm to try to slip my leg free. He tries to turn in, so I push his leg up in the air so he doesn't, turn into me. And now we're in a great position where we can cradle, or we can go behind. I really like the cradles. I'm telling you, if I went a little harder on the cradle positions, I would have locked it up and the match is over. All right, we're back on our feet.
If you've been enjoying the instructional videos and you want to get help building out your own personal wrestling system, join the Iron Faith Academy. If you click the link in the description or the link at the pinned comment at the top, you're going to get access to a 7-day free trial. I'll see you guys inside.
We're hand fighting to our tie-ups. I like using thumb blocks and tricep controls. I start pulling the Russian tie. He's stuffing my head away. I look for a little foot sweep here. Just controlling that wrist, a little fake, getting a move in here. Always looking to have control, have my tie-up. If I don't have my tie-up, like I said, I'll use those thumb blocks. So I don't have my tie-up right now. I'm using a thumb block to make sure he doesn't get my leg. Let's just look at that setup one more time. One of my wrestlers, Will Hunt, loves to use this setup. Thumb blocking over top with the right hand, chopping down to the elbow, and then dropping off to the opposite leg. I then keep my head up high, catch the opposite ankle to avoid the scramble, and plant Caleb to his butt. He ends up turning down towards my leg here to look for a scramble. If you do it quick enough, right, there'll be no takedown. He funk rolls the leg, keeping my weight low. I then stand up and start putting weight into the leg he has. I don't want him to turn into me and put me to my butt, so I just like kind of being patient here. I like backstepping. I'll normally go to a high crotch position here. Like I'm looking for a little bit there. Yeah, this is the position that I normally like to force. But it's kind of weird because he does have my leg in a weird spot. But I love looking for cradles. I'm telling you guys, if I haven't said that enough, do cradles. Cradles from shot defense are huge, such an advantage. Caleb does a good job wrestling into me, and he actually has my leg trapped pretty well. You can't see from this angle, but he has like a trapped leg arm Turk. So I'm just staying tight on his ankle so he can't sprawl back, and I'm being patient here. Just like I said earlier, when you can't improve, hold position, be patient, wait for your opponent to make a little bit of a mistake. Caleb started driving forward, which allowed me to build some height and put me in a position where maybe I could score. From here, I'm looking to drive into him. Caleb does a good job of throwing his leg over. If I get some height here though, I'm gonna get the takedown. Yeah, but I just keep facing him here, end up getting the takedown. We're back on our feet. Hand fighting to our positions. What's your favorite tie, you guys? I go here and look for a bundle, trapping his arms together. Caleb does a good job of feeding for an underhook position. A little bit out of frame there. But I have his wrist. You can't have an underhook and they have your wrist. You gotta clear that free. But that's what I'll do. If somebody gets me in an underhook position, if I can control their opposite wrist, it's very difficult for them to attack. I have that tricep position. I'm again faking, snapping, getting him moving, right? He comes up, I shoot him for a double. Same thing, look for that fast finish. Heads up into the hip position. I'm driving over to get the takedown there. Again, Caleb loves to scramble. He's dropping off. Again, if you do this fast enough, it won't be counted as a takedown. It's at 0.5 speed, so it looks much slower. Pivots in. He keeps ending up in the same position. He was actually asking me about this. It's a very difficult position to end up in with your arm wrapped around like that. It's like very awkward to hold the leg like that. So you want to transition it to the other hand if possible. Like come up, take your opposite hand and control that leg. Whenever I'm out the back door, control their ankle, get my leg free. Control their ankle, get my leg free. Use your legs, you guys. A lot of times you'll just try to pull on the foot, but use your legs, your free leg to kick him in the armpit, to push on his head. I have really good grip on that foot too, that really matters. If you noticed, he was vulnerable in that back position, so I kick my leg into his chest. He ends up driving in though. Maybe takedown, I don't know. I'm scooching, I'm trying to get his head to the inside. And he got his arm caught in that weird position there. Switches off to a high crotch. I got that underhook here, you know what's about to happen. Elevator. We end up in a little bit of a battle there. He bridges through, no takedown, and we're back on our feet.